Chapter 56. Let's try this whole meeting for coffee thing again. Judging from the line of empty cups, Sam was on her third espresso. The idea of approaching an armed Valkyrie with 3 espressos in her system was usually not advisable, but I walked up slowly and sat across from her. She did not look at me. Her attention was on the 2 raven feathers in front of her. It was a windy morning. Sam's green hijab rippled around her face like waves on a beach, but the 2 raven feathers did not flutter. "Hey," she said. It was a lot friendlier than "get lost." Sam was so different from Alex, but there was something similar in their eyes, a sense of urgency churning just below the surface. It wasn't easy thinking about Loki's inheritance battling inside my 2 friends, trying to take control. "You got feathers," I noted. She touched the one on the left.
"A memory. And this one," she tapped the right, "a thought. The ravens don't really speak. They stare at you and let you stroke the plumage until the right feathers drop out."
"So, what do they mean?"
"This one, the memory,"
Sam ran a finger down the barbs.
"it's ancestral, from my distant forefather, Ahmed ibn Faldin ibn al-Abbas."
"The guy who traveled among the Vikings?" Sam nodded.
"When I took the feather, I could see his journey like I was there. I learned a lot of things he never wrote about, things he didn't think would go over well in the court of the Couple of Baghdad."
"He saw Norse gods," I guessed. "Valkyries, giants."
"And more. He also heard the legend about the ship Naglfar, the place where it stalked the eastern shores. It lies on the border between Jotunheim and Niflheim, the wildest, most remote part of either world. It's completely inaccessible, locked in ice except for one day a year, midsummer."
"So that's when Loki will plan to set sail."
"And when we'll have to be there to stop him."
I craved an espresso, but my heart was racing so fast I doubted I needed one. "So what now? We just wait until summer?"
"It's going to take time to find his location. And before we can leave, we'll need to prepare. Train, make sure we can beat him."
I remembered what Alex had said. I'm not sure I can teach her. "We'll make it happen." I tried to sound confident. "What did the second feather tell you?"
"That's a thought," Samira said. "A plan to move forward. To reach the eastern shores, we'll need to sail through the farthest branches of the World Tree, through the old Viking lands. That's where giant magic is strongest, and where we'll find the sea passage to Naglfar's dock."
"The old Viking lands." My fingers tingled. I wasn't sure whether it was with excitement or fear. "Scandinavia? I'm pretty sure there are flights from Logan." Sam shook her head.
"We'll have to go by sea, Magnus, the way the Vikings came here. Just as you can only enter Alfheim through the air, we can only reach the wild borderlands of the eastern shores through salt water and ice."
"Right," I said, "because nothing is ever easy."
"No, it's not."
Her tone was distracted, wistful. It made me realize I was being kind of insensitive. Sam had a lot of other problems going on besides her evil father. "How's Amir?" Sam actually smiled. In the wind, her hijab seemed to shapeshift from waves of grassy fields to smooth glass.
"He's very good," she said. "He accepts me. He doesn't want to cancel our engagements. You were right, Magnus. He's a lot stronger than I gave him credit for."
"That's great. What about your grandparents? His dad?" Samira laughed dryly.
"Well, we can't have everything. They remember nothing about Loki's visits. They know that Amir and I made up. For now, all is well. I'm back to making excuses about why I have to rush off in the middle of the class or after school. I'm doing a lot of tutoring."
She put the word in air quotes. I remembered how weary she looked when I met her 6 days ago. If anything, she looked even more tired now.